Good evening and welcome. The time now is 17 minutes past 6. It's time for your Island Time TV 6 o'clock news. My name is Bob Tautalaso'o.
And I'm pretty full. Smith. Now, we were going to start with some breaking news, but I think it's all fixed now.
The police have arrested a young Samoan man who they say was the driver of a stolen vehicle involved in a high-speed chase through Hamilton farmland yesterday. The police car involved in the chase failed to take a corner going up a mountain road and landed firmly on top of a tree. Fortunately, the driver of the police vehicle escaped unharmed. However, the vehicle is still stuck on top of that tree. The young Samoan man was arrested in South Auckland this morning. However, he insists he was nowhere near Hamilton yesterday. Our crime reporter, Fepulea'i, is at the scene of the police car crash now. Come in, Tala. I can see you're standing underneath the tree, and I can see that the police car is still stuck there. What is the latest situation, please, Tala?
Yes, Bob. I'm currently at the scene of the location. I have spoken to the police officer who was driving the vehicle at the time of the accident, and I must say he's actually quite good looking. Yeah. And then I thought to myself, I wish he didn't crash in the tree, but he crashed at my place. I also spoke to the young Samoan man who the police was chasing, and he's quite cute as well. And I thought, well, if I was driving that police car, I'll chase him too. Yeah. Back to you, Bob.
Okay, well, the police are insisting they've got the right person. The young Samoan man is saying he was nowhere near Hamilton. Do the police have any eyewitnesses that can corroborate their story?
Well, Bob, we have a good news and a bad news. The good news is that there was plenty of witnesses, but the bad news is that because it happened in a farm area, the only witnesses was like livestock. So the witnesses was like a sheep, a chicken, a pork. But there was heaps of cows. And I thought to myself, I wish I could speak cow so I can translate to find out what happened. But then I thought, hold on, why don't I ask your ex-girlfriend? Wasn't she a cow, Bob?
Okay. Now, we'll leave my ex-girlfriend out of this. Let's come back to the storyteller. Now, you've spoken to the police. You've also spoken to the young Samoan man. Who do you believe in this case?
The police have given me their version. The young Samoan man, he's given me his number.
So it sounds to me like you believe the young Samoan man. Why would you do that?
Well, because I can see where the car is at the moment, and I truly believe that the police are parking up the wrong tree. You get it? The buggy. Back to you, Bob.
The police have released the name of a young Tongan man who is being deported to Tonga today for assaulting an immigration department officer. Tofiga assaulted the immigration department officer after his application for permanent residence was declined. However, Tu insists he did not assault the immigration department officer. Our immigration reporter, Fepulea'i, is in Auckland Airport now, and she is with Tu Havili's family. Come in, Tala. You've spoken with the Havili family. What have they had to say about the situation?
Yes, Bob. I have spoken with the Havili family. They've actually told me a very important fact that is missing from this whole story. That's why I believe it's just a misunderstanding. What they have told me is that Tu Havili actually suffers from a mild case of epilepsy. And it's usually triggered when he gets upset. And when he does have these fits, usually start like with a left hook and a right uppercut and then a knee to the thigh. So basically what happened was the immigration officer was at the wrong place at the right time.
Well, that sounds very unfortunate. You've spoken with Tu, you've spoken with his family. Have you had the chance to speak with the Immigration Department to get their side of the story?
Well, I thought about ringing the immigration department, but then I thought, hold on, I might get deported as well. Yeah. So we just stick with the Havili family and their story.
Okay, well, I can see you're right there. I can see the plane that Tu is on right now. He's about to fly back to Tonga. A very unfortunate situation, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's just a classic case of that old saying, it takes two to Tonga. You kidding? Two. Back to you, Bob.
The tiny Southeast Asia country of Apuk has been voted the region's most popular tourist destination for the year 2014. Its beaches and its hotels have been voted #1 by visitors. However, the local Apukans, the indigenous people, are not very happy. They say the spread of tourism is affecting their traditional way of life, and in particular, the quality of their kava plantations. Our Pacific Island reporter, Fepulea'i, is in Apuk now, and we cross live to her, and it may take a while for our transmission to get through. Come in, Tala. What is the latest there in Apuk, please? We appear to be having some difficulties, perhaps. Tala, yes, maybe we'll come back to this story. We'll carry on with the news. Sorry, Tala, we will come back to you shortly.
Hello?
Sorry, Tala, we seem to be having some issues at our end.
No, there's no technical difficulties.
Okay, so what's the problem?
I just don't want to hear your voice.
Okay, well, we definitely want to hear your voice. Tell us, what is happening there in Apuk with the indigenous population not being happy about the spread of tourism affecting their kava plantations?
Ever since I arrived here to the capital of Apuk here in Murumuru, the people here really treat me nice. When I arrived, we started off with a traditional kava ceremony. And then after that, we had a long kava session. And then they introduced me to some people who work at the kava mint. And that's what I love about my job, Bob. I get to cover this type of stories. But what I have found out is that the kava here in Apuk does not taste as good as the kava in Samoa.
Is that right?
Yeah, that is right.
Wow. We know you have tasted kava right throughout the Pacific, so I guess for you, your expectations have not been met in this particular case.
Well, I think it's just a classic case of that old saying, you never judge Apuk by its kava. You kidding, Bob? The kava of the... Yeah, back to you, Bob.
The Island Time political party is being launched in South Auckland this evening. It will be contesting this year's general elections, and it will, of course, be fighting for the rights of our Pacific Islands community. Our political reporter, Fepulea'i, is in South Auckland. Now, come in, Tala. You've had the chance to meet with the membership as well as the leadership of the Island Time political party. Tell me, what are the chances of the Island Time political party making it into government this year?
Well, I think I've got a better chance fitting into a size 8 dress.
So you are saying it's virtually impossible?
Come again, Bob?
No, let me rephrase that. I meant it's going to be a tight squeeze.
Oh, now you're right, the first one.
Okay. Now, one of the major issues confronting our communities is the fact that we're at the bottom of the socio-economic ladder. What will the Island Time Party do to ensure our people get more money in their pockets? Many of our people are getting paid minimum salary, and many are beneficiaries. How will the government get more money into their pockets if the Island Time Party gets in there?
Well, that's one of the main policies the Island Time political party wants to implement when they make it into the government. Is they promise that every single Pacific Islander who is on the benefits, your benefit will increase double, triple, or even triple.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, when you get a job.
Well, Tala, when you get a job, you do not get the unemployment benefits.
Yeah, but that's only if you get caught.
Look, I'm sorry, but it sounds to me like the Island Time political party is encouraging our community to commit fraud.
No, Bob, nothing like that. But if they did, what is a few $100s compared to millions of dollars these normal everyday Kiwis being ripped off by these white-collar criminals?
Don't you mean white-collar criminals?
Yeah, but it's mostly the white collar who wears the white collar.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, many of our communities are also working in jobs where they get paid in cash. Therefore, the government's not getting the tax revenue they should be getting. What will the Island Time Party do about that issue?
Well, that's why a lot of our Pacific Island people are looking for a job where you get paid under a chair.
Don't you mean under the table?
Oh, no, Bob, that is illegal. No one said anything about the chair.
Okay. Now, the other issue confronting our communities is child poverty. What will the Island Time Party do about child poverty amongst our Pacific Islands community?
Well, one of the main programs the Island Time Political Party wants to bring is they promise to bring a food and school program into the schools.
Well, there are already programs now where they provide breakfast for children.
Yeah, but this is different. They promise to provide breakfast, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, midnight snacks for the whole family.
Wow, that sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, well, makes me want to go back to school.
Well, listen, speaking of that, the other major issue confronting our communities is the high rate of obesity. What will the Island Time Party do about that?
Is that right?
Well, can't you see it there?
They all look the same.
Okay, well, it looks to me like they might have to get rid of the Foods and Schools program.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, if they get rid of that, they'll have to use some other platform. What other platform will they use to fight obesity?
I don't know. Well, whatever platform they use, it needs to be a strong one.
What do you mean?
Well, I was at the launch of the Island Time Political Party this morning, and they asked all the leadership to come onto the platform. The platform was like this. When they got on, it went like that. I think the platform was made of wood.
Well, what makes you say that?
Because they wouldn't hold them up.
Okay, well, listen, the only chance of the Island Time Political Party making it into government is if every eligible Pacific Island voter gets out there and votes. What will the Island Time Political Party do to ensure they get every vote that they need?
Well, that's one of the advantages of being a Pacific Island, is that you can actually vote more than once.
No, I'm sorry. According to the electoral rolls and rules, you can only vote under one name, and that is your proper name.
And that's what I'm talking about. Because every Pacific Island knows the name on their passport is different to the one on their birth certificate. And then they change their name again when they apply for a loan. And then they change their Pacific Island name to a Palangi name when they go for their first job. I mean, you're a classic example, Bob. You come to work, you say your name is Bob, but your real name is Tufalili Pulungalaulau.
Thank you.